Injury prevention is entering a new era, one shaped not just by physical therapy and biomechanics, but by algorithms and artificial intelligence. The promise is enormous. Machine learning models that can scan your running data, detect subtle trends, and forecast injury risk days or even weeks in advance. Instead of reacting to pain, runners could proactively adapt their training based on intelligent insights. In theory, AI could become a coach, a physiologist, and an injury radar rolled into one. But the path to that future is far from clear. Despite the hype, we're still in the early stages of integrating AI meaningfully into running health. And while the potential is real, so are the pitfalls: technical, ethical, and biological. If the data is incomplete or biased, or if the algorithms are trained on the wrong assumptions, the result won't be better safety. It could be false confidence. Or worse, harm. Machine learning thrives on patterns. It's trained on massive datasets: GPS logs, heart rate variability, pace trends, shoe type, terrain, injury reports, and identifies relationships invisible to the human eye. It might learn, for example, that a drop in cadence combined with a rise in heart rate variability correlates with increased shin splint risk. It might flag that 3 days of poor sleep followed by a high-impact run often precede tendon pain. With enough input, the model learns to see injury brewing before the runner feels it. In elite labs, these ideas are already in motion. Some teams are developing models that act like injury weather forecasts, giving runners a green-yellow-red status for risk based on real-time metrics. The goal is not just prediction, but guidance, recommendations to ease intensity, switch shoes, or rest, personalized to each runner's history and response patterns. It's an ambitious shift from reactive treatment to true prevention, but this hinges on the quality and completeness of the data. And that's where problems start. Most runners don't wear motion sensors or log every ache and change in sleep. Most consumer apps work with limited, noisy inputs: GPS, pace, elevation, and sometimes heart rate. Crucial variables like gait asymmetry, tissue load, stress levels, or preclinical discomfort often go unmeasured. AI can't work miracles from missing data. Without reliable inputs, predictions become guesses wrapped in confidence scores. There's also the issue of who these models are trained on. Many injury studies still focus on elite or collegiate athletes, young, male, and often genetically gifted. Models based on these populations may not generalize to older runners, women, or those with chronic injuries. If these biases aren't corrected, the AI could produce advice that's misleading or even dangerous for large segments of the population. Ethical data science demands diverse datasets and transparent reporting, yet the fitness tech world often moves faster than the science it relies on. And then there's the deeper ethical question: who is responsible when the AI gets it wrong? If your watch tells you you're green to train and you tear a muscle the next day, is that user error or faulty design? If a wearable nudges you to push harder in a fatigue state, is it liable? These aren't just legal hypotheticals, they're looming realities. As fitness algorithms shape more decisions, the line between guidance and prescription blurs. We must ask who audits these models, what data they're trained on, and how accountability is assigned when harm occurs. Yet for all these risks, the potential is undeniable. AI could empower runners with insights once reserved for elite athletes with medical teams. It could flag patterns of overtraining, identify when rest is smarter than reps, and personalize plans with far greater nuance than generic advice ever could. The tech just needs to grow up and be guided by science, not marketing. The future of running injury prevention won't be determined by who builds the flashiest app or most persuasive dashboard. It will be determined by who builds the most honest one, grounded in sound physiology, inclusive data, and transparent methods. If done right, AI could be the tool that finally bridges the gap between what runners want to do and what their bodies can safely handle. But if done wrong, it could be another voice pushing runners over the edge. The choice isn't whether AI will shape running, it already is. The real question is how carefully we build the systems, how responsibly we train the models, and whether we let technology reflect reality or simply tell us what we want to hear. Injury prevention in the AI age offers enormous promise, but only if paired with humility, vigilance, and ethics.